What's going on, dudes? It's your boy and the Matrix, and today I wanted to talk about Charlie Kirk. Okay, so Charlie Kirk, I remember the first time I saw Charlie Kirk, I think it was in 2014, 2015, sometime around there. This guy was going from college to college, just talking about politics, talking about right wing, left wing beliefs, and really challenging people. In it wasn't out of like there was no hatred behind it. There was nothing negative. It's just he was just challenging people verbally. Like, hey, let's sit down and have a talk. This is what I believe. That's what you believe. I'll tell you why I believe these things, and you tell me why you believe those things. I'll give you examples as to why I think this is right. You give me examples why you think that's right. And that was his whole platform. It was just talking to people, to college kids, and waking them up. Just waking them up, telling them like, hey, what if what you think is not true, right? And he was very upfront about his religion. He was a Christian man, a man of Christ, and and for the most part, he was a good dude. And the interesting thing about Charlie is that the guy was only 31 years old. So this man was fairly young, and he did a lot for culture. This guy was pretty young. I mean, I'm older than him. I'm actually older than Charlie Kirk. But look, man, the reason I make this video is because Charlie Kirk getting assassinated, it says something about our culture. It says something about America specifically. Because after Charlie Kirk's death, right, a lot of people on the left wing, the liberals, the blue hair people, all those people, they were laughing at his death. Yeah. Yeah, they're literally laughing at his death, just saying, oh, just basically applauding his death. Like, how sick can people be to celebrate somebody's death? I mean, that's absolutely, it's just diabolical, right? And this basically goes to show, I mean, time and time again, we have seen that the so-called people who are about peace, the group that is supposed to be about peace and tolerance and all that shit, they are none of those things. They are none of those things. And look, man, I'm not trying to defend Republicans. I'm not trying to defend conservatives. Okay, the only thing I'm going to defend is Charlie Kirk as a Christian because, I believe in Jesus Christ. Other than that, the political parties, left wing, right wing, I don't care. But I think we can all agree that it is the people on the left that is destroying culture. It is the people on the left that are absolutely insane, mentally insane. Right? And I think one of the reasons why this happened is because ever since Trump got into office last year, 2024, and Trump started to remove a lot of these left-wing ideas, such as, boys being able to go to a girl's bathroom just because they think they're a girl. Those types of things. A lot of the people who push for these policies and agree with these policies before Trump started to go crazy. Like, oh, they're taking away our identity. You understand? So it's like, they try to assassinate Trump. They failed. And they succeeded at assassinating Charlie Kirk, which had many of the talking points that Trump had. So that's what they're celebrating. So what I'm trying to get into, I'm stuttering a little bit, but what I'm trying to get to here is that in this country, there is so much separation, even after inflation, even after people are getting evicted from their homes, even after the economy is going downhill, even after people are losing their jobs. We are at, I think, what is it, like 4 million layoffs since 2024 till now. There has been like 4 million layoffs in America. People are losing their jobs. They have to live in their car. They have to live in a van. They have to go back to live with their parents. Some people are ending up straight up homeless. I mean, there's people living in tents. Yeah, tents. Like they had to go to the woods and live in a tent because they lost everything. They lost everything. Grocery prices are ridiculous. I mean, people can't afford groceries. People can't afford a house. Housing is just crazy. Rent prices are off the roof. Nobody can afford to rent an apartment by themselves. They need roommates or live with family. Despite of us, struggling with the exact same problems, we prioritize these nonsense, these stupid freaking ideas that don't really help us survive. I mean, right now, people need work. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of people can't afford food. A lot of people cannot afford their basic things, but you still have these, crazy individuals that are thinking about, oh, well, I got to kill this guy because I don't agree with his politics. And that's why I think there's going to be a civil war in America. People have been saying there's going to be a civil war, I think, since 2018. But I think we're still heading there. I think we're still heading there as we just become more and more divided. We're just going to be heading into war. In not World War III. We already had a scare, right? We already scared of going to World War III. But there's going to be a civil war right here in America. And another thing before I close, another thing that I wanted to say is that there's going to be more people on the right, more right-wing people, more conservatives, more Republicans getting killed, shot, murdered. If it's not a politician, it's going to be a right-wing figure such as Candace Owens. Now, I pray to God that nobody ever hurts her. I pray to God that she never gets hurt. But, I mean, let's face it, this is where we are. People on the right are getting attacked. And the leftists, they're taking the shortcut. They're taking the shortcut of just straight up deleting people. Instead of trying to win the culture war, no, we're going to just delete you and win. What a bunch of losers. What a bunch of freaking losers, man. I don't care. I'm not going to monetize this video. I don't care what happens to this video. I don't care if YouTube bans it, whatever, man. But this goes to show you the absolute mental issues that people have in this country. You don't see this anywhere else, really. Rarely. Only in America. The divided states of America. Which is why anybody that's watching, if you've been following me, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling all of you, I don't care what I know that this channel is about anime, gaming, Japanese culture, but I'm telling all of you right now, my friends, it's time to get out of the country. Pack your bags. Start making plans. Start making plans. And I'm not saying that there's like a perfect country out there, but I say start making plans to get the heck out. Whether it's Eastern Europe, Latin America, Asia. There's people that are moving to Japan. There's people, there's backpackers that just go from country to country, But it's time to leave, man. Things are going to get ugly, and I'm not saying... because at least, let's say if you move to a place like, I don't know, a lot of people like to go to Thailand. Thailand has been very peaceful, no wars thus far. But in places like Thailand, where you could still celebrate your hobbies like anime and gaming, you could live there and be peaceful and live peacefully. And a lot of people that move there, they don't even think about America once they move over there. We got to find peace, man. We got to find peace. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. God bless Charlie Kirk. May his soul rest in peace. May he make it to heaven with Jesus Christ. And I hope that his family is taken care of, because now his family, his wife doesn't have a husband anymore. His children don't have a father anymore. They're going to grow up in a household with no father, and they're going to have to go through all the things that, fatherless homes go through, all the trauma of that, all the mental issues that come with that, they're going to have to go through it. Hopefully not. But yeah. Godspeed, everybody.